Hello, my name is Lia Zalums and I am the director and founder of Z-Axis Leadership Consultancy. Today, my focus is all about you, that mid-career professional looking for your next move either within your organisation or out of your organisation into another one, or indeed into the brave new world of consulting and to be developing your own business. Whichever role turns out to be your best next move, these leadership development tips will help you get there faster. So today's strategy, I am talking to you about how we can use the mental toughness model, the 4 C's of mental toughness: control, commitment, challenge, and confidence. And these 4 are further then broken down into 8 attributes that have been researched by over 100 independent academic researchers in the field of elite sport, in business and in education. It has been shown that people who have higher levels of capacity in each of these 8 categories are the people that are more successful. The 8 categories that make up the mental toughness model we can see here. Control is made up of life control and emotional control. The category of commitment is broken into our attitude towards goal orientation and goal attainment. The category of challenge, how do we see challenges? Do we see them as setbacks and reasons to quit, or do we see them as problems to solve, to push through? This is the 2 elements that make up the challenge category of our risk orientation and learning orientation. So do we see mistakes and setbacks as failures and reasons to quit, or do we see them as learning opportunities? The 4th category, the confidence category, consists of our confidence in our own ability. So this refers to our self-belief, and then our level of confidence in interpersonal confidence, how we are communicating and influencing others. And it's the confidence category I'm going to be spending a little bit of time today to show you how I use this grid that's been developed by Doug Strakarczyk to help us self-assess at any given time what is our level of experience in any given time in any of these 8 categories. Are we drowning? Are we struggling? Are we surviving? Or are we thriving? Because sometimes when things are tough, when we're feeling overwhelmed, when we're frustrated, when we don't know what that next right step is, and we all have those moments, those times, this is a tool that can help us move through that funk faster, because effective leaders have all those same feelings, but they move through and move on and decide on their next right step faster than those who don't. So I'm going to show you 3 steps on how you can do this for yourselves at any given time. Step number 1 is self-assess. Step number 2 is take specific action. Step number 3 is monitor progress. So if we focus then on the confidence category and the confidence in our abilities, for example, someone who is thriving has high levels of self-belief, and they are using every ounce of their abilities. So you see, you've got a piece of evidence here, a behaviour that you can ask yourself, am I really thriving in my own confidence in myself? Because if I was, someone who is using every ounce of their capabilities and pushing themselves past those boundaries. Now, someone who is high and thriving in the category of interpersonal confidence, for example, is I can influence others so they will engage with me. So this is a really, really good indicator. How well are you communicating with your people in terms of how well are they performing within the criteria that you are setting for them? Are you getting your message across the table? And are you being heard? Are you being acknowledged? Are you being respected for who you are and how you're communicating? Because the quality of our communication is the way we are received. And this particular category, someone who is thriving, really high impact, highly influential leaders are very effective in how they communicate and how they encourage others to engage and take action. A great leader causes people to take action in the direction that they are suggesting. So if you are having the impact that you want, then you will have lots of engagement and lots of conversation and lots of feedback and lots of, the dynamic is strong and it's very reciprocal in a team, in a leader who is thriving in this category. And that is certainly the category that I am striving to become. And I have to admit, I am certainly not there yet. Just to give you an example here, earlier this week on Monday when I sat down to work, I was evaluating a couple of projects that I'm working on and looking, and I've been asking for feedback, asking for input, and I haven't had the quality or the level of feedback that I've been looking for. And I interpreted that to mean that I am not having the right kind of influence that I want to be having on the people I'm working with in this project, and that was really upsetting me. So I had to see that I certainly am not at the moment, with the way I've been working on this project, I was not having the impact I wanted on those particular people. So where was I on this chart then? And I wanted to be in surviving, right? I knew I wasn't thriving, but surely I'm thriving at least because I'm willing to look at it. What does thriving say? I can cry for help when I'm really stuck. I can cry for help when I'm really stuck. I certainly can. And I thought, well, I am asking for help. I'm asking for their feedback. I'm asking for their input. But maybe was there something else I could be doing there? So I sat with that. Then I thought, could I actually be struggling then? What does struggling say? Struggling says, I often can't get others to help me when needed. I often can't get others to help me when needed. And you know what? That actually struck a chord with me, because I thought, if I am asking these people for feedback and for input and it's not coming, I am asking, but I'm not actually getting the feedback that I want. So, struggling could have been where I was at. Was I more in a worse state than struggling, and was I actually drowning? So what's the definition of drowning for interpersonal confidence? Here, one example is, I have no impact on others. I don't exist. And I was so glad to be able to say that is so not me. Because this category, if that rings true for you, if you really don't feel that you exist or what you do matters to you or to anybody else, that is a big red flag, and you absolutely must be putting your hand up for professional help to move through this, because bad things happen when those thoughts keep going on a downward spiral. Really important to have these 4 different categories to be of intensity, let's say, of just how off the mark you are. So I definitely wasn't in the drowning category of I don't exist, but I had to admit I was struggling because I'm not getting others to help me. I'm actually asking for the help and they're not helping me. So what can I do about that? And just by coming to a specific clarity around what was the root cause of the problem, if you like, I was then able to do my research and look for other avenues of help. And by starting that process of looking for other avenues of help, very quickly I realized what the root cause of the problem was. And I was able to then see that I could be asking other people for help, and that has led to other commitments and investment I am making to get the help in that area. And for me, that help in that area is in sales and marketing, and particularly in the online marketing space. So I'm very quickly now put myself from struggling to surviving because I've made a decision, I'm taking action, and I'm starting to see the inspiration that comes when we're thriving. So just hope that this story then of being able to self-diagnose and self-assess what is creating the funk, and often when we have a chart, and again a psychology research-based chart that has been tested and proven very thoroughly over many years with many different subject groups, you're then able to trust the tool and trust the diagnosis to then know what your next best step is. So I'm going to leave this video at that for now. I did promise you a gift at the end if you stayed with me this far. Thank you. And I do, I can offer you a copy of your own mental toughness chart like this. So if you send me your email, I will make sure that you get that copy. And if you are enjoying these leadership tips, these strategies in bite-sized chunks, make sure that you do sign up for my Nourish Our Narrative newsletter. I will put the contact details at the end of this video, and you will receive every week in your inbox the top tips for leadership performance that you can be applying to help you take those next important steps, whether it's to get the job you want, to get the business you want, to get that next client, to improve the impact you're having through your communication. As I said earlier, we all need to be up-leveling our leadership performance and the way we're communicating and the way we're taking care of ourselves as we strive to become the best that we can be and fulfill our potential. Thank you for joining me for this video today. If you have enjoyed it, if you have got value from it, give me a thumbs up, a like, do subscribe to make sure that you get the notifications of when these next video will drop, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching.